nutshell, what is MIPIM?
Well, it's a property festival in simple terms, but it goes on for 4 days, and it's become much more than that now because an awful lot of businesses from right across the world attend, and it's a great place where the public and private sectors can get together, have conversations, and most important from a private sector perspective, do business. So, we know of companies that have gone over the past couple of years who've come back with big contracts, not just Liverpool companies doing business with other northwest businesses or local authorities, but you can talk quite literally to the world. So it's a fantastic opportunity to get along, nice place, nice part of the world, south of France, and really do some genuine business there.
I think we got benefit out of it. I went to represent the Chamber. We felt we should be there in the light of all the city leadership being there. And obviously, because I'm in the property-related industry anyway, it made sense for me to represent the Chamber. So it was a bonus for me that I also got something out of it in terms of my own business. But I think it was a great event. I think the city was represented really well. The Liverpool dinner was a spectacular event, and if you'd attended that dinner for any other city in Europe, you'd have said, "This is a really good show." It was on the top floor of the Radisson, views over Cannes, really nice food, and we did the city proud from that point of view. And also, I think the stand, as Colin said, was just so much more creative than anything else. There was lots of white, shiny walls and desks and bright colours, and ours just had that little bit different, which I think is what Liverpool has to do, just to differentiate itself from other cities. So I think it was a great event and well worth attending.
Well, I think a couple of things. I think first and foremost, I think to take away this perception that MIPIM is just a hard-edged property exhibition. It's not. It's a much softer set of agendas now. So for anybody who wants to make great contacts, to look at best practice across the world and to open up the globalisation of their business, MIPIM provides a great opportunity to do that. So it's a very different experience, and I would always encourage somebody to speak to any of the private sector partners who went this year to ask them for what their experience was, because they will tell them the truth. So I think there's big opportunities around that engagement. The second thing I think is that when you are in an exhibition world like that with all the leaders of the city, it gives you a great platform to discuss ideas, to broker discussions with the mayor or the chief executive of the city in an environment which sometimes actually I think businesses have found much more conducive to getting their ideas out into the open. I think that helps greatly. And then thirdly is the businesses' interactions amongst themselves. So there's no doubt we can see quite clearly that businesses have come back from getting business from other businesses that are in the same city as they are. So there are a number of different opportunities that present. But what I would say is, speak to businesses who have been, because they will tell you the true story.
I think it's a serious business event, and as I said in my presentation there, you can't afford not to be there, because you've got to be at the top table. And Liverpool aspires to be a significant European city. It has to do what the Barcelonas, the Hamburgs, the Stockholm does, and that's present itself on the world stage, or the European stage, certainly in this case. But we got great assets, the cultural assets, the waterfront, but it's not just about that. It's about a business case. So that's really why I think it was very beneficial for the city.
I do think that one big project that's fundamentally going to be a game changer for Liverpool is the Liverpool 2 Port project. And we use the Liverpool Port project quite aggressively over in MIPIM to raise awareness of the opportunity that was present. That will change the entire logistics and distribution hub structure of the entire UK when it comes into play at the end of the year. I think it's a well-kept secret actually, but the fact of the matter that port will now be able to accept 95% of the world's ships after the end of this year, whereas at the moment it can only take 10%, and it will be the fulcrum of basically taking over 70% of the goods of the UK direct into Liverpool rather than into southern ports, I think will be a game changer for this part of the world. I think as that begins to manifest itself and people start to see the implications of it, when they see these new cranes arriving from Shanghai in September, October, which probably will rival in a certain respect the Three Queens from a business sense, I think then people will start to see actually there's something really exciting taking place here. So I actually think there's real route to be confident here about going forward for the city and the city region. I think there's lots of opportunities coming through. We need to shout about them a bit louder, but we do have to be confident about the belief that we have. It's not about necessarily comparing ourselves to Manchester or other cities. We have to plough our own furrow, but we have to do it collectively and collaboratively where it makes sense. But I think there's some very positive times ahead, and I think Liverpool too will be a huge game changer for this for the country as well as it is for Liverpool.
Well, I think you've got to have, a sense that Liverpool is moving in that direction, because the combined authority is in place, albeit not with the same powers and responsibilities that Manchester have managed to secure. But what we always have to remind ourselves is Manchester are about 20 years ahead of the game as far as this discussion and debate is concerned. They've been working hard at it. And I think what we've got to do really is take a step back, recognise where we are. We are on an upward curve, so there's a lot to be positive about. But if we're going to take real opportunity of the potential that the devolution agenda offers us now, then it is a case, as you've heard from the speakers this morning, of getting your business proposition in place, having good policy and good strategy. And I'm not sure we're investing enough in that sort of thing. There's an awful lot of hot air, an awful lot of chest beating about who should be the leader of this and what the name of the thing should be. But have we got policies and strategies in place where we have a compelling case to offer the government that says, yeah, we should get these additional powers? And until and unless we do that, then we're going to remain 10, 15 years behind Manchester. I think that's about all from me. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce once again for their help and support this morning, and look out for that downtown debate with the city region leaders. I think it could be quite an interesting one. Thank you.